Crypto Valley once again. I'm going to do a quick update and I'm going to discuss some new things. I'm sitting at about day 118, and in 118 days, granted, I'm not as spectacular as other folks that are out there promoting the page and so forth, but needless to say, in 118 days, I've accumulated $1,330 into the platform off of my initial investment of $100 in the beginning and then another additional $100 later. That puts me way ahead of the curve, so to speak, for the facts and figures over here for where I should be. Way ahead. So I'm cutting off a lot of time here thanks to my referrals, and they've been doing great as well. But that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to discuss the upcoming ICO for BitConnect. It's called BitconnectX, and what my plans are for it. Now, I'm pro Bitconnect. I've been pro Bitconnect since I started, and I did my research before I even started. I saw that there was a number of different reasons why I think the platform is going to stick around for a long time to come. And that's what initially got me started into BitConnect. But I've been pro Bitconnect since the beginning. So what I'm going to do, and it was a bit of a surprise, it was a bit of a shocker to see the pop-up for BitconnectX when it did pop up. So I investigated it real quick, but unfortunately they're not allowing any clicking on any of the links for the roadmap, the mining, the download, none of that, the home and the about. But I am excited about it. I wish I had more time, and I wish I had more cash to throw at it when it finally does open up, but this is what I am going to do, and I've already discussed it with some of my downline, is I am going to sacrifice some time between here and there, and if I had just taken a few extra minutes, I would have an extra $10 in my lending wallet right now. I've already started moving some of it over to BCC, to the BCC wallet anyhow on the platform. So what I'm going to do is for the next 7 days, in 2 hours, 48 minutes, I am going to do absolutely no reinvesting into BitConnect. And the reason that I am saying this is because I am going to accumulate whatever I accumulate in my lending wallet, convert it to BCC and leave it there in the BitConnect wallet, so that when the BitconnectX ICO finally does launch in 7 days, 2 hours, 48 minutes, 12 seconds, I will be able to use that BitConnect coin money to buy BitconnectX coins. Now, it's exciting for me because, as with any ICO, the incentive that they offer to the early adopters is wholesale pricing for the coin. So it behooves me to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to sacrifice some time on the platform, and I am going to take that money and use as much of it as I can to get as many of these coins as I can, because, I'm hoping that they're going to start at about $1 and some change. I don't know. I honestly don't know what they're going to do. I can't speculate. You know what I mean? But $100-something worth of BCC coin should be able to give me a nice little handful of BitconnectX coin. Of course, there's going to be people out there that have a lot more money than I do for doing things like this. So there's going to be people that throw $5,000, $10,000 at it. That, hey, do it. You know what I mean? Do it. Eventually, once it goes live all the way, you will get your return on investment. Now, I have been warning people that once it does go live, it's going to hit a peak, and then it's probably gonna drop right back down to a corrected value and sit down, and it's gonna go below what you actually bought it for. You know what I mean? It's gonna go from a high of, like, let's say $20-something a coin. It's gonna drop down to, like, 8 or something. People are gonna freak out. They're gonna start dumping and selling. It happens pretty much with every single ICO that comes out, because people are trying to get rich quick, and so they get scared and they're afraid that it's gonna just keep losing its value and so forth. But truth be told, though, just about every single ICO, every single currency that is out there, I have seen it do that and then eventually make a rise. Now, some of those ICOs, some of those cryptocurrencies, it's taken longer to get back up there than what it initially started off at. Some of them have not quite made it back to that peak, but give it time and eventually they will. Now again, most of those coins are coins where they minted or created some 100, 200 million, 300 million, or a billion coins or whatever. It's just so many. They're, that's just how it works. There's going to be so many out there. It makes it harder, and it takes longer for that value to get to where you would like it to be. So I don't know anything about the blockchain right now. I don't know how many coins they're going to have in total circulation. I don't know how many coins they're going to pre-mine for the ICO. I imagine it's going to be a significant number, probably 6 million, 8 million coins. I don't know. And so don't take my word for it. Take that with a grain of salt. The more I learn, the more, I'll make another video and update about the BCCX coin. So around day 118, I'm doing okay. I'm doing a lot better than I originally would have been, putting myself on a 3-year plan with no referrals. 1330 is a good number for me. I'm making on an average about $10 a day right now on good days and bad days. So that works for me. It was my first goal. My next goal obviously is to hit $20 a day, then 30, then 40, then 50. I'm just going to keep my baby step goals going that way. It seems to work just fine for me. I imagine I'm going to try to fill out this wallet just a little bit more so I can convert that back into BCC, so that I can partake in the BCCX ICO. Now, it's just going to be, best I can tell right now, it's just, well, what's the best way to put it? It's going to be a fiat exchange that accepts different cryptocurrencies. So it's going to be taking Bitcoin, same as BCC does, but now they've added Litecoin, and they're going to be adding or using or accepting Bitconnect coin. So that makes it easier for me. I don't have to do any converting. I can just send it from my lending wallet over to my BCC wallet, and as soon as that goes live, I can go over to my wallet here on the platform and then hit send BCC so I can buy and go from there. So the sooner that happens, the better. As soon as I find out that these links open up, I'm really interested in the mining portion of these tabs up here. I want to know what it's going to involve. That way I can get set up ahead of time to do some mining. Now, it's going to jump up quick. There's going to be a lot of miners that jump on. But even if I get like a good week out of it, mining it with my PC or my laptop, and I get some, 50, 60, 100 coins, 200 coins, whatever the case is, it's still coins. It's still coins. Now, I don't have the powerful ASIC miners. I don't have the extra powerful graphic card miners. I have what I have, so I'm just going to have to make the most use out of it and let it mine for as long as I can to get as many of these coins as I can possibly get, because I know it's gonna eventually take off to $100 a coin, $200 a coin, $300, $400, $500, $600 a coin. I know eventually it will. So all I'm gonna do with my BCCX, as long as I can get my hands on some, is I'm just gonna hold them. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna hold them, and then eventually that value, it's not much, but you know what? $100 worth of Bitcoin back in the day worth a lot of money today. So no, I'm not spreading FOMO. You know what I mean? This isn't for everybody. I'm not saying that it's for everybody. It is for me because I really enjoy the BCC currency and the platform. The platform, 2 years from now, I think my 1-year anniversary with BCC is going to be pretty spectacular for me. It's chump change for other people and their platforms, but still for me it's going to be a very rewarding experience. And I think a year or so, 2 years from now with BCCX, I think it's going to go big numbers. It's taken just over a year for BCC to hit 400. It dips, it goes up, it goes down. It's volatile, the same as the rest of the cryptocurrencies that are out there. But it's taken just over a year to be stable, more or less, at just over $400 a coin. And so if BCC can do that in just over a year, I think BCCX may be able to do that, if not more, or it could do that faster. It could do that slower, but that's the gamble that I'm going to take with BCCX, you know. So all of that's contingent on me being able to get my hands on a handful of BCCX. But it's a prime opportunity for anybody that's in the BitConnect platform to, you know, put your money to work for you from the platform, you know, which is what I've been trying to teach people that follow me on Facebook and on YouTube, is to, once you get to a point where BitConnect can support diversifying, then by all means diversify. You know, I have an account with Hashflare. I didn't throw entirely too much money at it. You know, it was like $50 or something like that, $40 worth into Hashflare, and I just have it sitting on an auto reinvest that I'll probably do for like 6 months, and then, you know, even if it makes $100 at the end of the year, I still doubled my money. So whatever, you know what I mean? It's still a way. Now, eventually, I'm going to get into some of the other cloud mining platforms. They are more expensive than Hashflare, but they also offer better, you know, terms, contract terms. There was one service that offered 2-year contracts. There was another one that offered 3-year contracts. So as long as they're on the up and up, you know, your investment in that will pay off. And once I can support it even better with BitConnect and some of the other things that I've got going on, then I'll start buying my own ASIC hardware so I can mine my own, you know, just currencies and graphics cards, the whole works. You know what I mean? I really want to have my own personal crypto farm, and I want it to be for script mining and for SHA 256 and everything in between, the hybrids, you know. So that's diversifying. And that's, you know, I had a long discussion with a cousin over the holidays about, you know, how to do it. You know, once you have the money, you know, it opens up doors, and there are other opportunities for you to be able to make more money. It's just, you need, you know, it's like anything else in the rest of the world. It takes money to make money. You know, very few are fortunate enough to make money out of nothing, you know. Options are there. I did take a look at Salt Lending, and I'm excited about the platform. I did open up an account, and I even opened up an account with Binance, because if I'm not mistaken, Binance sells salt. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Binance sells salt. Here, buy salt, sell salt. And the price right now for salt, $12.20, is dropped down some, but you know, I think it's okay. And I think the platform is going to struggle for some time to come, just a little bit, but I think it's going to gain traction. I think it's going to gain traction. And the reason I'm saying that I think it's going to gain traction is because of what they have to offer. Now, the way it works right now, for the most part, and it's been this way for since the beginning of crypto, is, you know, in order to make your money from crypto, you have to sell your crypto. Okay? And for a lot of people that works, because they're buying and selling, they're trading, day trading, they're doing a lot of different things to acquire and accumulate their cryptocurrency portfolios. And again, you know, they're comfortable with what they're going to sell, the amount they're going to sell. But the difference for Salt is that what they're doing is they're going to take your crypto and they're going to hold it and give you a loan in return, but you have to pay interest. So there are term requirements. You can borrow the money for, depending on how much money it is, from anywhere between, if I'm not mistaken, anywhere between an hour. That's a ridiculous amount of money, though. There's a month term, 3 months term. That's what I saw when I actually logged into my account on Salt, and I think eventually that's going to take off. It's going to skyrocket, because as more and more people jump into cryptocurrency, they're going to need more and more ways to get fiat currency. They need to get their value out of it. So with Salt sitting there saying, okay, I'll give you a loan, you're going to pay interest on the loan, and I'm going to hold your crypto. And if you pay the loan back, and there's no penalties for paying early, so as long as you pay the loan back, we'll give you your crypto back. See, now you're talking. Now you're talking. That's feasible for a lot more people, because you get to keep your crypto. Now, some of these, most of these cryptocurrencies, in my opinion, are going to continue developing value. They're going to keep developing or gaining value. So it might take a year, it might take 2, 3, whatever, but down the road, that currency is going to be worth more money as more and more people jump into this and more people want it, and there's only so many available. So being able to get fiat currency for your crypto for a term period of whatever it is that you decide, whatever tree you fall under, and then you get it back as soon as you pay that back, that's a lot. Because even though you paid interest on that term for that money, as time goes back, as long as you pay the loan back and you got your crypto back, over time, that the value of that asset will have surpassed the interest that you actually paid on the loan. So that being said, that's why I think, and I'm going to keep a real close eye on salt, is because I think that salt over the course of time is going to eventually become, I don't want to say the de facto lending platform out there for getting fiat money, globally. I think they're going to be at the forefront. If not at the top, they're going to be at the forefront, somewhere up there, for this type of platform. Best I can tell right now, these are the only cats that have that. Don't take my word for it. Take it with a grain of salt. There may be 1 or 2 other ones out there. I don't know. This is the only one that I know of. I really like their terms. I really like everything about it. What I don't like right now is that there's a fee to join. So it's like $27.50 right now in salt that it's going to take to buy a membership and settle down. And but again, it's their baby. It's their these are their terms. You don't have to use it. But once you're in, you're in. At best I can tell, there was some feature about it where it was just like, I think the second tier was you needed 10 salt, and then the third tier for the million plus was like 100 salt. So I don't know if that's the fee. I'm still trying to sort that part out. But again, based on what I've seen so far with salt lending, I really like what they're doing. I think in the future, as my own cryptocurrency wallets become greater and greater and more expansive, this is an option. Like I said, it's a lot easier than try to sell $1 million worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin or whatever so you can get your money. It's a lot easier to sit there and say, you know what, I'm just going to let Salt hold on to it so I can get my $1 million. And then I'll set the terms for 6 months. Give me 6 months to pay it back, because that's how long it's going to take my crypto to, I don't know. There's different ways to do it. Now, again, I imagine if you don't pay the loan back, they're going to keep your crypto, and in the end, as it raises or gains value, they're going to end up, making more and more money off of the crypto that they keep, because now they get to sit on the back end and say, hey, it's worth $20,000 now. I made a ton, so I'm going to sell it, or just hold it. So ain't no telling what they're going to do with it, but nonetheless, the platform, I think, is going to be here to stay for some time to come. So again, this is the update for BCCX. I'm super excited about it. I was super excited about the BCC pay card. Don't hold that against me. It was until the very end that I found out that the United States wasn't going to get it. It works for everybody else, except for maybe 1 or 2, 3 countries or so forth. But the U.S. isn't getting it. It's sad because there was a lot that the card was going to be able to do, and it works perfect with the BCC platform. But we don't get it. No worries though. Like I've said in previous videos, there are other options. We still have the BitPay card. That's not hard to get a hold of, and it'll do the same thing with Bitcoin. You just got to convert it to Bitcoin, send it off to load up your card, and then you go out there and spend your money. So there are still options. So it's separate and aside from the BCC Pay card and BitPay. Looking forward to this ICO with Bitconnect, and as soon as these links start to work, I'll start to find out more about it. And as soon as I find out more about the blockchain itself, for how many total coins are going to be minted, if you will, and versus how many they're gonna pre-mine, then I'll get back to you and make a new video. But again, this is another opportunity for the rest of us that adopted Bitconnect, and a real quick way to sit there and say, you know what, I'm gonna take some of this money that I've been getting paid from Bitconnect and turn that around to get into the new platform for BCCX. Now, is that a requirement? No. If you have Bitcoin, if you have Litecoin, obviously you can partake in the ICO, or if you have BCC coin just sitting there in your wallet, you can partake in the ICO. And if you're totally new to it and you just want to jump into it, there's still plenty of options. You have all your currency exchanges where you can buy your Bitcoin and Litecoin and BitConnect coin, and you can just jump into that and say, okay, I'm going to buy this, and as soon as this comes around, you sit there and put your money in so you can get your BCCX coins. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. It was a wonderful New Year's. I had a great time with friends and family. So if you're watching this video, thank you. I had a great time. It was cold, but I had a great time. Wishing all of you a happy and prosperous 2018. I think 2018 for myself personally, and for my good friends and referrals and everything, I think 2018 is going to be a spectacular year. So, and I'm hoping that ends up being the same for everybody else. So, y'all have a great day. Y'all have a happy new year. Stay tuned to my channel. Like, subscribe. My referral links are down below for just about everything I'm doing right now, kind of, for everything I care about right now. And so, if you're interested in signing up for Hashflare, BitConnect, whatever the case is, just open up the description and everything will be there. Alrighty? Y'all have a good one. Good night.